Something strange is happening on the biggest crypto exchanges in the world right now, and almost nobody is talking about it in plain English. So let's break it down. Over the past few weeks, more than 228 million XRP has quietly disappeared from Binance and Upbit combined. Not sold, not traded, withdrawn, pulled off the exchanges entirely. And on Coinbase, something even bigger is happening. The share of large withdrawals, meaning transfers over 1 million XRP, has more than doubled in just over 2 weeks, jumping from 10% of total outflows to nearly 26%. Let that sink in for a second. When whales move coins off an exchange, they're not doing it to sell quickly. You sell on the exchange. You withdraw when you plan to hold. This is one of the clearest signals in crypto that big money is choosing patience over panic, right in the middle of a market that's been bleeding for months. And it's not isolated to one exchange either. Binance's XRP reserves just hit their lowest level since March. Upbit's reserves just hit their lowest level since April. Two of the largest exchanges on Earth are watching XRP walk out the door at the same time. Meanwhile, Bithumb's reserves barely moved, which tells us this isn't a market-wide panic sell, it's targeted, deliberate accumulation happening on specific platforms. Now here's where it gets even more interesting. While whales are quietly pulling coins off exchanges, everyday retail traders in South Korea are doing something completely unexpected. They're trading XRP harder than Bitcoin and Ethereum combined. On Upbit, South Korea's largest exchange, XRP just posted over $52 million in 24-hour trading volume, beating Bitcoin's $42 million and crushing Ethereum's $24 million. XRP alone made up almost 10% of everything traded on that entire exchange in a single day. That's not a small altcoin move. That's XRP out-trading the two biggest cryptocurrencies on the planet on one of the biggest exchanges on the planet. This lines up with a pattern we've seen building for months. South Korean traders have consistently shown a stronger appetite for XRP than almost any other market in the world, and this latest volume spike confirms that Korea remains one of the most important battlegrounds for where XRP goes next. But before you get too excited, there's a piece of this puzzle that could cool things down, and you need to know about it. On July 1st, Ripple executed its scheduled monthly escrow unlock, releasing exactly 1 billion XRP back into circulation across 3 separate transactions: 200 million, 300 million, and 500 million. This is routine. Ripple does this every single month as part of a program that's been running for years. But the timing here matters, because this unlock landed right after XRP hit a 19-month low near $1.01, following a brutal 20% drop in June. Historically, Ripple relocks the majority of these tokens straight back into escrow, and only a smaller portion, usually somewhere between 200 and 300 million XRP, actually enters circulating supply. Still, any fresh supply hitting the market during a fragile recovery adds a layer of uncertainty that traders can't ignore. So here's the real question this video is built around. Which force wins? On one side, you've got whales pulling record amounts of XRP off exchanges, a clear vote of confidence from big holders. You've got South Korean retail traders out-trading Bitcoin and Ethereum on pure volume. And you've got June's whale accumulation sitting at around 210 million XRP added during the worst of the crash. That's serious conviction from the people who usually know something the rest of the market doesn't. On the other side, you've got fresh supply entering circulation every single month like clockwork, a price still trying to claw back from a 19-month low, and a broader market that remains nervous after a rough June. Put it all together, and what we're watching is a tug-of-war between quiet, confident accumulation and mechanical supply pressure. These two forces are colliding right now in real time, and the outcome of that fight is going to matter a lot more than any single headline. Keep an eye on exchange reserve data over the next week. If Binance, Upbit, and Coinbase balances keep dropping while price holds steady or climbs, that's a strong signal the accumulation story is winning. If reserves stabilize or price struggles despite the outflows, that tells you the supply from the unlock is absorbing the buying pressure. Either way, this is exactly the kind of setup that tends to resolve with a big move. The only question is, which direction? Drop a comment telling me which side you think wins this tug of war. whale accumulation, or fresh supply, and subscribe so you catch the moment this actually plays out.